Good day. My name is Joe Favreau. I'm a solutions engineer with the Blackboard ProEd team. Today's video is to capture the Blackboard management module and the Blackboard Moodlerooms LMS as a solution for most client needs. What's nice about the Moodleroom solution is now the recent release has a new theme called Snap, which is using a technology called responsive design. What that means for you as a customer or client is that this user interface can be accessed from a computer desktop or from an iPhone or an iPad or a tablet very easily. You'll notice how the site automatically resizes nicely to fit the real estate of the device that connects to it, which makes it easy for you as an instructional designer to build courses and ensure that all courses will be easily viewable and accessed from any types of devices that connect to our site. You'll notice here that the system can easily be branded and themed to capture the look and feel for most client sites. Not only can you brand it, but you can also add any types of HTML content or links to this site to make it very engaging and pleasing for most clients. Also, since we are using the registration module today, users can very easily come to your site and peruse a course catalog. The course catalog is configurable and designed by you. You can have different views of the course catalog by building what we call filters along the top. I can have filters that show us maybe the webinars that your organization provides as training materials. Also, we can also show face-to-face courses or classroom training. We also provide a nice running list of all the different types of online courses that this organization provides through the LMS platform. Now, for users who are interested in taking a course within the system, I can easily peruse the different courses that show up here on the list. I can decide that I'm interested in maybe taking this corporate course as an onboarding course. I can also go through and say, well, I'm also interested in maybe taking this communication skills for managers course. Both of these courses will now show up on the far right-hand side into what we call a shopping cart. I can easily now go through the registration process. If I'm an existing user on the system, I can simply go ahead and enter my username and password that has been previously generated, or I can also turn on the ability for people to come in and create new accounts. So today we're going to create a new user. We're going to call them Sample, and we'll use the last name today of Sample, just as a simple method. We can collect the information about the users, like their email address. We can add or remove different properties here. So if you have other types of information, demographic information, or information that you need, maybe an association member ID, all of that information can be added or removed from these forms. We can also have things like affiliations, where affiliations are the ability for you to organize your users together based upon either internal training like departments or even external training like partners that you're providing training to. Again, these affiliations can be set up as a flat or hierarchical structure depending on what your needs happen to be. Now we can very easily now go ahead and create this new learner account. Also, you'll notice that we've detected that these courses that we've selected also have a cost associated with them. We also support tying into a number of e-payment gateway options. Things like Google Checkout, PayPal, Authorize.net can be easily configured through the plugins and added to this list as a way to pay for these courses. Today, we're just going to do an internal chargeback to my department. And even at the end of the year, I could actually generate a total cost of ownership report to show you the value of all the training that this user has taken within a certain department or affiliation. Now you'll notice here that as part of the registration process, the system can automatically send out email messages or notifications throughout the entire life cycle for this learner in the LMS system. So for instance, as a new user account is created, we can send out a nice custom email letting him or her know what their username and password happen to be. Also, as we enroll into different courses, you'll notice that that shows up here as separate emails for each course to let them know information about the course that they successfully registered for. These are simply email HTML templates that can be easily customized and branded so that it provides the look and feel that you want associated with your company. Now that I've created an account on the system and successfully enrolled, we can go ahead and log into the system as this specific user. We can see courses that I'm currently enrolled in. We always provide sort of a running transcript of courses that have been completed. And we can also utilize advanced things like learning paths, where I can assign this user a learning path to follow to either provide an individual development plan or a bundle of courses that they've purchased, or even a certification of different courses that they need to take to achieve a certain level for certification purposes. Once I'm happy with this information, I can go ahead and click on the name of the course, and this will now log me into the LMS platform through our single sign-on integration. You'll notice that I've automatically been logged in as the sample user, and I can see the 2 courses that I've successfully enrolled into and paid for. Now you'll also notice here that if there's any deadlines or feedback or alerts that have been generated with any of the e-learning courses, those show up here as part of the dashboard for this learner. These course cards that you see that are beautifully generated on the center of the page provide additional information of your progress within the course. Also provides little thumbnails of the instructors that have been associated with this course. Now the LMS platform provides a number of different course formats. This format, as you see here today, has 2 modules, one for manager listening skills and another one for team listening. Both of the modules that you see here today are utilizing SCORM packages. So in other words, we could actually upload any SCORM package and play it through the LMS and track the user progress through our system. Now you'll notice that the SCORM package we're using today was generated by one of our vendors called Vado. Vado itself is a partner of Blackboard's. We can provide you a course catalog of any of the courses they provide. We also have partnerships with lynda.com and also Skillsoft, so any of those type of content can be added to this solution also. Again, this is just an example of one type of course that you can utilize within the Moodlerooms platform. Again, you can also build courses that are completely built out with our platform without any external tools needed. Here's an example of a Moodlerooms course for a corporate onboarding. You'll notice that we can provide pop-up messages when a user enters the course. So here's an example. This pop-up message was generated with a feature of Moodlerooms called the Personalized Learning Designer, where an instructor can build rules in the course to automate the interaction between the course and user themselves. Once I'm happy with this information, we can notice that we can sort of have an HR module here where people can read information about forums. We can also have links to other websites. We can embed videos that can be easily added to the LMS platform and played as part of our solution. As users progress through the course, they can also indicate when they've completed watching these videos. This can be an automated where people manually indicate that they've watched the video, or it can also be set up to be automated. So as soon as I click on the video, this check mark would be checked by the system. Again, when I move into the next section, we can learn about the company overview. We can read about this company. Here's maybe a little bit of some history about the company. And again, this information can be easily authored within our tools, embedded in these pages to provide sort of this nice expandable brief view or full view by simply selecting the read more option. We also provide advanced e-learning tools like lessons. So for instance, if we want to learn about the structure of this company, here's an org chart. We can ask questions about what they've seen, who happens to be at the top of the board of directors. If you get the question right, we can provide positive feedback. Or if you get the question wrong, you might have a different path based upon getting that question wrong, where we want to also provide additional materials or different content to help you understand how this company is organized. Again, if we follow this flow, we can learn about the markets, ask a question which happens to be true or false, get positive feedback if we get the question right, and or negative feedback if we get the question wrong. So a nice easy flow as you go through these types of courses. You'll also notice as you progress through the courses, there will be little check marks here indicating whether you've completed this section. And as we're moving through the company overview section, you'll notice that this updates to provide that type of information also. We also provide a variety of different course tools so users can see their gradebook. Also, if there's any gamification tools like badges or certificates that are released, we give you access to those tools also. So as we progress through the course, you'll see all this information, quizzes, through the different modules that will be filled out, and we'll eventually update here as part of the gradebook itself. Now what's nice about this is as you progress through these courses and complete them, that information is automatically stored within the management module. So if I come back here to the management module, you'll notice that the learners in the system are all tracked very nicely within here. For instance, earlier we created that sample user. I can come into the sample user and read all the information that we captured as part of the registration process. Here's their email, first name, last name, the affiliation that they're associated with. Well, we can also say, well, this is a person that we believe needs to go through an onboarding process or have what we call a different learning path that can be associated with them. So if I wanted them to go ahead and take this leadership program, we can assign them that learning path and save this information. And now the system will automatically start cycling them through the courses that make up that leadership program. Matter of fact, we can come in here and see which courses are made up of this so far. If we decided, for instance, that we wanted to indicate that they've already completed this communication skills course, we can come here and indicate that for the items in the course, they got a final grade of a 95, completed the 2 assignments manually, and then indicate here that they've completed the course. This will now generate a completion record for that user. When they come in here and look at their, when they come in here and see their enrollment history, they'll see that they've completed this course on this date with a final grade of 95%. And this will now be added to their transcript. Also, we can come in here and pretend we're a user. We can come back to the main page here. We can log in as that user and sort of see the dashboard that that user would see when he or she logs into the system. So for instance, you'll see here that the corporate course is still active. They completed the communication skills course. But now as part of this learning path, there are 3 other courses here that need to be completed before they're considered completed overall as part of that learning path. We also provide the ability for you to provide a variety of different reports. Reports are organized into 3 categories: activity reports, completion reports, and enrollment reports. So for instance, I can run a completion report for everybody on the system and sort of see what their drop rates are, completion rates, how many enrollments or drops they've had over time. I can look at the same information by course. I can turn around and say, well, I would like to run an enrollment history of everybody within the Blackboard group and get that breakdown and what statuses they are. If I would like to generate a completion report for everybody within the Blackboard affiliation, I can even filter that even further and generate a completion report for everybody within the Blackboard affiliation. Any of these reports can be stored as a spreadsheet and exported. And we also give you the ability to build your own reports. So there's a full report builder in the system that easily allows you to generate any student information, any enrollment information, any section or course information, and any teacher information as part of this report. So here we can go ahead and generate a report that contains all of this information. Again, we can filter this even further. If I'm only interested in any of the records in the system where the student's last name contains the word sample, we can even provide further filtering information for these reports. These reports can be named and stored for later retrieval. And you can also go ahead and generate what we call subscriptions, where you can have a report automatically generated on a periodic basis. So I can say once a week or once a month, provide a list of email addresses, and also the report that I want to associate with the subscription. You'll now notice that for first of the month, it automatically sends to my email address a list of all the new learners on the system that have been generated in the last 30 days. Again, thank you very much for your time today. I hope you found this informative, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.